It don't happen no Kasala don burst for Imo State. This one is coming barely 12 hours after the southeastern lawmakers and some governors meet in Abuja. In fact, it's Imo State government house led by Governor Hope Uzodinjo. After barely, it's never even reached 24 hours. This man don't go promise the Fulanis. He wants to part of the Imo State, just like what Uzodinjo did during his own regime of selling Lokpanta to the Fulani community for Ruga. In other words, that is why you see in Abia State today, the so-called Fulani herdsmen, they have mouth more than any other person or more than any other foreigner to compare in that very particular area. And that's exactly what Hope Uzodinjo is trying to do in Oji and Amata community waterside, Imo State. And in the course of this, the IPOB don't warn and also vow that they must surely not allow that to happen in our own land, in the Biafran territory. You cannot use us to bargain or to sell to the Fulani community simply because of what you are about to gain. Because you don't have the interest of the masses at heart. Only your own selfish desire and stomach infrastructure. Meanwhile, your own families, both extended, all of them now are in abroad studying with our taxpayers' money. Listen to the headlines and you will help me to judge this matter if we are at the right direction or at the wrong direction of the Biafra. Ruga settlement. Do not allow Hope Uzodinjo to scam you with fake promises. We will displace any Ruga settlement in Oji and Amata community waterside, Imo State. IPOB vows. And this is where we will anchor our news for this day, with other news follows as soon as we complete the expansion of this very news. So make una do what? Make una tighten on a seatbelt, because we are about to go straight into the IPOB press release that happened early hours of yesterday concerning this very arrangement by Hope Uzodinjo with the Fulani community. Make una hear this in. As you are listening, as you are watching, as you are sharing, please do not forget to subscribe. It is very, very important and very, very necessary. Make sure you turn on the notification icon so that you'll be notified or be the first to be notified each time I go live or I post something new on this channel or any other channel that is related to Okute Daily Talk. Please listen to this very news, all the very, very important IPOB press release. This one is published on the Biafran Post on the what? On the 11th of July in the year of 2023. Listen and listen attentively. In a desperate effort by Imo State imposed Supreme Court governor to please his imposers, Hope Uzodinjo administration has taken over some portions of OG community and Amata community waterside in Owerri, Imo State ancestral lands for creation of Fulani settlement, aka, that is also known as Ruga. It is important that Ndibo should never allow Hope Uzodinjo selfish political interest and desperate second-term ambition to mortgage the security and safety of the entire Igbo land. To that effect, the global family and the movement of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by our prophet and the indefatigable liberator Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu, condemned the harassment and intimidation of OG community and Amata community waterside, the murderous Hope Uzodinjo and its stooge Commissioner of Lands, Survey and Physical Planning in Imo State, Mr. Nobo Abiaso Atulegu, in the bid to forcibly take their ancestral lands and give it to the Fulani community. The information at our disposal show that these murderers and Fulani stooge government in Imo State took over some portions of land or some portions of OG community and Amata community waterside lands in the guise of industrial estate, but in reality, it is for Fulani terrorists masquerading as herdsmen. Hope Uzodinjo and his criminal commissioner for lands, survey, and physical planning are doing the bidding of those who impose them on Imo State to create insecurity so that the terrorists will have a settlement all in Imo State. Remember, terrorists don't thrive in a peaceful and organized society. The Imo government is a stooge for Fulanization agenda in the eastern region. Remember that the Imo State Imo vampire sponsored some misguided Igbo citizens to Haji in Mecca this year, which they published on social media in order to prove his success with the Fulanization agenda. Those misguided and reprobates published viral videos in their Haji attires, thanking Hope Uzodinjo for sponsoring them. But Chukwuoke Abiama disgraced them by one of them being ejected and arrested from the same venue. That is what happens to people who sabotage their own people. IPOB is not against any religion, but we will resist any form of political, religious, and ethnic conquest in whatever disguise our enemies present it. Imo State Administrator and his imbecilic government can't take over any community land and hand it over to the foreign invaders. It is not only stupid but damnable to the future generation of Ndibo and Imolites. Therefore, we will not be tolerated. Hopeless Uzodinjo and his gang of government thugs should know that Imo State is not his father's estate, so he cannot decide to use any part of Imo land to lobby for his selfish political ambition. No inch of Alibo will be taken over by anybody and hand over to Fulani invaders who have taken over Hausa lands and desperately killed them and displaced the middle belt people of Nigeria. IPOB will never allow any of such pretentious land grabbing and conquest to stand in Biafra land, according to the news we have this morning. We call on the people of Oji and Amata, Owerri communities, both home and abroad, to stand up and resist Hope Uzodinjo and his commissioner, who are under pressure to relinquish their community land for any fake industrial estate or prepare to fight future wars with the terrorists. Hope Uzodinjo's government's use of the instrumentality of force to grab community lands for his Fulani political masters has met a brick wall, according to the news writer. Therefore, we tell Fulani groups hiding behind the Hope's government to take over Oji community land that they have failed. If they have made any financial engagement with Hope Uzodinjo government, they should go back and ask for their money. A leopard never changes his paws. He is a professional scammer and will continue to be that all his life. If they go ahead to occupy Oji community ancestral land, ESN will displace them. Hope Uzodinjo and his commissioner for lands them to mortgage Imo State for their selfish political interest in Fulani in the eastern region is dead on arrival. IPOB will never allow any rural settlement anywhere in the eastern part of the country. This message is coming from Comrade Imam Powerful, Media and the Publicity Secretary for IPOB in general. Our Chef Dami, Chef Hida Bachi, since she won that award of breaking the Guinness World Records and on the what they called or what they taught as a marathon cook, a cook Anton. Since then she have not said anything concerning those who is trying or who is fighting in one way or the other to break the same record that she did, or somebody, those who want to collect it from her. So now she feel it is important for her to open up and to say what she feels about the people who are trying to break the record. So let us read what this our sister said concerning it. And she said, and I quote, "How I feel about other chefs trying to break my Guinness World Record, Hidabachi laments." Celebrated Nigerian chef Hidabachi has addressed the various attempts made by several chefs to surpass her Guinness World Record. Nigerians recall that Bachi made history for breaking the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking marathon individual in the May of 2023. She cooked for 93 hours and 11 minutes, surpassing the previous record of 87 hours and 45 minutes set by Indian chef later turned on in 2019. After Bachi broke the record, other cooks identified as Chef Dami and Chef Adeola also embarked on the cooking marathons. Chef Dami cooked for 120 hours in Ekiti State, while Chef Adeola went for 150 hours in Ilu Oluji, Ondo State. However, Chef Dami explained that she never registered with the Guinness World Records and simply carried out her cooking marathon just for fun. Okay now. Reacting to the other chefs' feats during an interview with a Legit Niger, Bachi stated that she sees herself as a trailblazer and a source of inspiration for numerous individuals who are striving to break her record. In her words, I feel I started a trend, or like I am pretty much a trailblazer, because only a trailblazer will start something and other people will want to do it. According to Hida Bachi, this one is her own thinking and what she learned from her past experience as the holder of the Guinness World Record on Cookanton. 50 years in wilderness awaits PDP supporters, according to Aisha Yusuf. A social critic and staunch supporter of Mr. P2B of the Labour Party, LP, Aisha Yusuf, has claimed that 50 years in the wilderness is loading for the supporters of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Yusuf's statement was contained in a post via her verified Twitter handle on Tuesday, where she slammed the supporters of the PDP over what she describes as their sense of entitlement. She alleged that the PDP supporters would always be controlled by stomach infrastructure and would do things based on what it is in for them, claiming it is the reason they were always quick to integrate honest work. According to the social critic, they also feel Nigerians owe them, made worse by the feeling that they were entitled to their votes. She wrote, PDP supporters will always be controlled by stomach infrastructure and will do things based on what is in it for them. Reason they are quick to integrate honest work. Worse is their sense of entitlement to Nigerians' votes. They feel Nigerians owe them 50 years in the wilderness is loading for them, according to Aisha Yusufu. Breaking. U.S. court sentences Hush Puppy's ally, Woodbury, orders deportation to Nigeria. Okay. Woodbury will serve his own term in Nigeria. Is that what they are trying to tell us? Anyway, let us find out. Judge Robert, gentleman of the United States District Court of the Northern District of Illinois in Chicago, has sentenced Jacob Olalekan Ponle, also known as Woodbury, to 8 years and 3 months in prison for his coordination of a multi-million-dollar fraud. According to the news, the report that the infamous fraudster was sentenced by the federal judge on July 11. Record that Woodbury was arrested on June 10, 2020, alongside Ramon Hush Puppy Abbas, who was jailed late last year for 11 good years in the U.S. for internet fraud. The defendant is hereby committed to the custody of the Federal Bureau of Prisons to be in prison for a total term of 100 months as to count, Judge Gentleman ruled. Ponle was sentenced after being convicted on 1 count of fraud. 7 other counts were dismissed following a plea bargain in April. According to the court's filings obtained by People's Gazette, Gentleman ordered Woodbury to submit herself to the U.S. Marshal Service for onward transfer to the Federal Correctional Institute in Danbury, Connecticut, where his family members, especially his American fiancée, will be allowed to visit him. Ponle will also be surrendered to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement custody for deportation immediately following his incarceration, the judge said. Woodbury will pay 7 victims about $8 million in restitution, with the court finding that he was the capacity to make the full payment but waived all interest on the restitution value. Recall that on June of 29, prosecutors had asked the judge to sentence Woodbury to 14 years in prison for the fraud he committed between January and September of 2019. The prosecutors also sought court permission to sell the fraudsters 152 bitcoins. Chineke, too much money. 152 bitcoins. But only after a 30 days notice had been issued to the public for anyone with interest in the asset to file claims. No one with legitimate interest appeared to have surfaced as of the time of Woodbury's sentencing. The prosecutors also recommended that Woodbury, known for flaunting his flamboyant lifestyle on social media, forfeit items in the Dubai police custody such as one Rolls Royce, Lamborghini Urus, Mercedes-Benz G-Class, AMG G55, 4 Rolex watches, 1 Patek Philippe watch, and 3 Audemars Piguet watches. Also, he is to forfeit 3 gold and diamond studded rings, 5 gold bracelets, and 2 gold bracelet keys, 6 gold necklace, 1 gold and diamond studded necklace, 1 small gold nugget, 2 bank cards, about $1,855 in Emirate dirhams, and approximately $15.45 in South African rands, according to the news we have here this morning. Nigerian kit maker. This one goes to all our people. You know, say anything when Nigeria copy now, if they enter extraordinary, they do it extra mile, not minding who is involved or who is not involved or who is interested on it or who is not interested. This system of prank here and there, pranking your wife, your husband, your kids, everything they have to prank, even pranking pregnant people, making people losing their faith and having a high blood pressure. This one of honor, a hand don't catch him. That guy, where they call Abbas, I be waiting they call him Kilongbe, Trinity guy. The guy still there in prison until August, when they will do what? When they will reason his matter. Nigerian skit maker Trinity guy to remain in Agodi prison till August. Okay, so people, this one sound of warning to all the prankers in the house. Make gonna do what? Make gonna be guided. A magistrate court at Iyaganku, Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, has ordered the continual remand of skit maker Abdullahi Maruf Adisa, popularly known as Trinity Guy, in Agodi prison till August. Nigerian News reported on June 22 that the Nigerian police authorities summoned the prankster over his skit involving a female minor in a sexualized prank. Trinity Guy was summoned to appear before the Oyo State Police Command. The command in a tweet confirmed that the entertainer had been invited due to his disturbing viral skit. The popular content creator Abdullahi Maruf Adisa, aka Trinity, had been contacted and invited to the Oyo State Police Command in connection with the disturbing viral skit content making rounds across the social media space concerning a female minor. Updates will be provided soon, the Oyo Police Command tweeted. The call that the Nigerian Police Public Relations Officer Olu Muyiwa Adejobi has expressed displeasure over a viral skit where a little girl was being sexualized. In a viral video, Trinity Guy was captured asking a young girl if he saw his what? If he saw his private part. The little girl, who spoke in fear, admitted to seeing it and responded to the color she saw before running away from the prankster. The trial court ruled that Trinity Guy will remain in custody till the next adjournment date, which is August 3, 2023. Alongside the entertainer, the court on Tuesday also remanded the parents of the minor, Isiaka Ahmed, 40, and his wife, Rufiat Ahmed, 29. The prosecution counsel, Inspector Olu Oluwakemi Arowoseye earlier informed the court that Abdullahi Ahmed and his wife Rufiat plotted to commit sexual abuse. Arowoseye stated that Trinity was accused of sexually abusing and exploiting a 10-year-old girl in the Ko-Ola neighborhood of Ibadan on December 17 of 2022. According to the police, the offense violated Section 35, Subsection 1 and was punishable under Section 35, Subsection 2 of the Oyo State Child Rights Law of 2006. She claimed that she also violated Section 516 of the Criminal Code Laws of Oyo State of 2000. So my guy, remain there, okay? And when you come out, you know how to prank a lot of people. Make una see what thing that happen for Nigeria. I saw this headline this morning, and I was a kind of, what is really happening? Why must they allow this to happen? A graduate, UI first class graduate, beaten to death simply because he stole a bread. Why the people who made them what they are, who have made their life to bend, is the one they've been protected, have even protest when you talk against them. And I asked, this one is the poor against poor. Why the rich is the one using the poor to manipulate the poor in their midst. This is unacceptable. A U1 first class graduate beaten to death for stealing bread. On a well done, make on a continue, A first class graduate of University of Ibadan, Opu Ofeni, freeborn, Ebimo Timi, was beaten to death in Bayelsa State for allegedly stealing common bread out of hunger. I'm very sure that I'm not supporting thuggery. Neither am I supporting robbery. But I'm very, very sure that this man does not want to steal the whole bakery so that he can sell it and become a millionaire. Out of hunger, they beat him to death simply because of common bread. Nigeria can never be well again. According to People's 93.1 FM in Yenagoa, Ebimo Timi, who studied business administration, was killed in the early hours of Sunday at Honey Hill, Tombia, Bayelsa State. Ebimo Timi, who was a native of Korokoro, Rosia community in southern Ijo local government area, had allegedly stolen from one of the small business owners in the community. An alarm was raised, which forced an angry mob to pounce on him. His younger sister, Idisime Ofeni, freeborn, said neighbors and friends who saw the incident rushed to the scene of the actions and pleaded with the angry youths to allow him to leave, promising to pay for the bread in double folds. But the angry youths declined the plea and killed him. Even the person that raised this alarm supposed to also be killed. According to Idisime, life has been unfair to them since the demise of their father, adding that hunger led him to steal. She said, "We are 7 in our family, and life has not been hard. Life has been hard after our father died. I wrote WAEC since 2019 and has not been able to proceed to the university because of funds." And they are clapping for them. Common bread, they use it to kill this promising future hope of Nigeria or future hope of his family. Child, my dear, go in peace. It is never your fault. But bad government contributed to it. First class graduate. Uzodinjo's wife turned singer weeks after leaving Aso Rock. So you don't discover your talent, but when you are in Aso Rock, everything was all about traveling from one country to the other. Ndara. The wife of former Vice President Uzodinjo, Dolapo, had composed a song for her husband, in which she sang publicly in his honor at their Thanksgiving reception held in Ikene, Ogun State. In the video shared by the wife of the former Vice President, Dolapo was seen serenading her husband with a song at the event held over the weekend. She also revealed that the last 4 verses of the song were composed by her. Sharing a video of herself singing, Dolapo wrote, "Thanksgiving in Ikene, all praises to God. Thank you, Ikene." The former number 2 citizen and his wife were hosted by Ikene Development Association following Uzodinjo's 8 years of national service. Commenting on the reception, Uzodinjo said in a social media post, "Immersed in gratitude as Ikene, my cherished hometown, honors my 8 years of national service. This Thanksgiving is a celebration not just of my journey, but also of our unity and indomitable community spirit." Government kidnap Catholic priest, three others in Ebonyi State or Ebonyi community. Some unknown gunmen have reportedly kidnapped a Catholic priest, Reverend Father Joseph Azubike, in Ebonyi State. Reports made available to newsmen on Tuesday revealed that the cleric was abducted yesterday in Isu Onitsha local government area of Ebonyi State, close to his residence in the area while returning from pastoral duties. The assailants, Nigerians learned that also abducted 3 other persons whose identities could not be immediately ascertained. The Catholic Diocese of Abakaliki in the state confirmed Azubike's abduction in a statement by the diocese Chancellor, Reverend Father Uzoma Apoke, titled "Call for Prayers." Father Joseph is the parish priest of St. Charles Parish, Mbaleze Isu, in Onitsha local government area of Ebonyi State. He was abducted alongside 3 other people. The abductors are making financial demands, but with our prayers, we are going to have them back unconditionally. My mother Mary, or priest, intercede for us. Amen. St. Joseph, pray for us, the statement reads. However, the State Police Command has not issued any official statement on the abduction as of reporting time. Nigeria News understands. 6 people die in Nepal helicopter crash. This one is international news brought to you by Okute Daily Talk. This one is from that country called Nepal. May the souls of the departed in this crash rest in a perfect peace. At least 6 people died on Tuesday morning, July 11, 2023, after a tourist helicopter crashed in Nepal. The latest incident was confirmed in a statement issued by Gwanaduru Bull of Civil Service Aviation Authorities of Nepal. Nigerians report that Nepal is a landlocked country located in South Asia. Reports said that the helicopter crashed this morning shortly after taking off in the Everest region. It was revealed that the Manang Air flight was heading from the capital Kathmandu from near Lukla, the gateway for climbing expeditions to the world's highest peak, with 5 Mexican travelers and a Nepali pilot on board when the incident happened. Bull reportedly told AFP that the chopper lost control about 10 minutes after taking off at 10:04 a.m. That is 0419 GMT. 6 bodies have been found at the crash site, the aviation official said. He explained that two helicopters and teams have been deployed to the scene for search and rescue. Weather did not allow the helicopter to land close to the area. Teams on foot are heading there to retrieve the bodies, Bull told journalists. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal was said to have expressed grief over the incident that claimed life of 6. 4 policemen killed as terrorists attacked Zamfara community. At least 5 persons, including 4 officers of the Nigerian police force, were reportedly killed on Monday midnight in Zamfara by some terrorists. Nigerian news learned that the assailants stormed the Bungudu local government area of the state and began to fire gunshots indiscriminately. The deceased officers were said to have mounted a checkpoint along Bungudu to Gusau Road when the terrorists stormed the community and confronted them in a gunfire. Speaking on Channel Television on Tuesday morning, the spokesperson for the Zamfara State Police Command, ASP Yazid Abubakar, confirmed the latest attack, saying police officers were shot dead in the confrontation. A resident of the community who spoke with the news platform, Ibrahim Bongudu, also confirmed the 4 police officers were murdered in the incident. He disclosed further that the terrorists, coined bandits, also killed 1 person in Tagero village, which is located in the Fofo area of the Bangudu local government area of the state. According to him, the Aslands also carried away many cattle belonging to the Tagoro village inhabitants. The bandits ambushed the police along Gusau Bangudu Road close to the Nabachwa company and killed 4. They also rustled many cows at Tagoro village under Fufuri district. 1 person was shot in the hand in the village, Bangudu reported as saying. Another resident, Usman Bangudu, said armed terrorists ambushed the police officers when they were on checkpoint duty at about midnight and killed 4 of them. The incident happened around 12 a.m. when the policemen mounted a checkpoint along Gusau Road. The bandits just ambushed and shot at them. They ran away after killing 4 policemen, he said. So, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world, we are saying here we go take back our kaya and I go with the go so. If you never subscribe to my channel, do that ASAP. Make sure you like, share, and also comment on this very video. It is very, very important and very, very necessary. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. Please keep on sharing this message and make sure it gets viral and make sure it gets to the authorities and to the people of Owerri, Oji River, and also Amata community of the plans of their so-called Supreme Court Governor, Hope Uzodinjo, of trying to sabotage and hand over our ancestral lands to the Ruga community, which is the Fulani foot soldiers, so that they will remain there and fight the rest of us. That's exactly what they are doing. In any state, they find stay or somebody who is there to work with them. Believe me, they are going to make that very place ungovernable for that very particular area. Knowing fully well that this man now is planning to force himself on the Imolites again for another next 4 years, after the killing almost the half of Imolites in his first 4 years. Now he have already went and signed another deal with the Fulani community and also the Kabas in Asorok to give them land for Ruga so that they can gradually take over Imo State. From there they can penetrate other states in the southeast. But that is not going to happen, according to the news we have here. So anybody that knows Hope Uzodinma or his militia, Ebubago, should do what? Should tell them to desist for whatever plan they have, because it's not going to work. The Biafrans and the ESM will never allow that to happen. And so shall it be. So my wonderful people, make gonna do what? Continue sharing, liking, commenting. You will hear from me again, because this one is not going to be the last today, because I still have other news that bring to our platform this day. Have a nice day. May the good Lord bless us all, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Until I come your way again, bye for now. Que Messiano.